Davis G4 will line it up. Lulu Kindred, the first few bans here. We've seen strong mechanical play from both these players, both in the 5v5 and the 1v1 tournament. This could be an excellent 1v1 here. So we'll see what else they want to ban away. I'm expecting a Kalista ban, honestly. G4 has played quite a lot of Kalista in this tournament.
I feel like this game is so much about pride. The mid laners heading against each other. I feel like the trend overall in this tournament has been these superstar mid laners we've been talking about all the time.
The other side of that, though, is we could end up with like an Anivia versus a Cassiopeia, and they're just like, I'm just gonna farm and prove to you that I can beat you to 100 farm. No Raptor camps or anything to kind of assist on this one, so mid laners have just got the minions in the lane.
I really hope there's no 100 CS race gentleman's agreement.
Oh, well, it's Caitlyn. That's one kind of aspect that is now gone.
Is that like the Froganoff, basically? That's pretty much what that sounds like to me. Hope we don't get that.
There are no Wraiths to be killed, sadly.
Well, Caitlyn there. Also banned out LeBlanc as well on Seiya's side, and he's going to have one final ban here. I find bans so interesting in this format, because it's blind pick. So it's like, what do I don't want them to have? And getting last ban is like, well, I kind of you have a lot of like influence over what happens, right?
Yeah, you do. And at this point, Nunu's still up. That's a big influential pick right now. We saw some Urgot, that's still available. Kalista, still available. A lot of big picks here that either could pick up.
Looking at Seiya's bans though, LeBlanc and Cassiopeia are two picks that are rather weak into the Nunu. So it doesn't feel like he is going for the Nunu just yet.
Well, there is actually Kalista banned by G4. Curious to see where these players go. This would be an interesting matchup.
Yeah. The win wall mechanics. It's all about the win wall mechanics, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't be sold on the Ezreal in this kind of format.
It's not a good matchup for Ezreal.
There's not exactly too much room to fit skill shots around the minions, so Mystic Shot kind of doesn't offer too much other than farm.
All right, well, Seiya's locked in.
Annie's available. G4 just ticked over it as well.
Yep, so, I mean, there is Varus for Seiya. We did see Soros play this quite successfully, actually, winning a pretty awesome 1v1 there. But G4 is just, I feel like he's just going through all the champions he likes.
He's hovering the Jax. He's going for the spawn strategy.
Are you serious?
No.
Karthus!
Speaking of Froggen.
We're going to 100, boys. This is the 100 or the level 6 all in.
But to be fair, I feel like the Karthus, something in the past that we've seen a lot, the Karthus players that run Ignite, they just go for the level 1 all in because it's all about landing those Qs. If you land the Qs, Karthus is one of the strongest level 1 champions in the game. But keep in mind, I said land the Qs, which is very difficult.
Get them Skittles, skittle them down. But
yeah, I mean, with no flashes, it's actually kind of genius. If G4 does go for the level 1 cheese, man, can you imagine he has like red trinket, just walks into the brush, sweeps it, it's like, let's go, I'm ready.
Just the only problem is though, he has to now walk up on Varus and exhaust him early. And the thing is that exhaust Karthus is so good later into the game because you have the exhaust while Defile is running. At level 1, it's literally just to assist those Skittles. So he shouldn't miss them. But we'll see. We'll see. He's playing Grim Reaper Karthus as well. So clearly we'll see if he's decided that Seiya's name is the next on his list.
Maybe. I also like the potential just passive kill for Karthus. I believe that if you get a kill in your passive when you die, you will get credit for first blood.
I'm trying to like think of the actual timing on that. I believe you're...
You know what? We might find out this game.
We might find out.
How about that?
I think it counts as a death.
I think it does too.
It's called Death Defied. That's an awful passive name.
Right, but I mean, we have to have like technicalities.
Sure.
I mean, I know there's life and death, but sometimes there have to be rules-based. Really.
Well, G4 vs Seiya, as I do move out, just gonna have some fun emoting.
It's all about the lady saying first blood.
As they keep for the 1-1. Oh my god.
So like the dynamic of this matchup is Varus wants to stay away from the Karthus, keep poking from a far distance, and the Karthus wants that all in. So it's all about G4 whenever he tries to push for the trigger.
I mean, we have heard from Stress again that it could be it's either that or the opposite.
It's either that or nothing is gonna happen.
Well, I have to see here. They are actually gonna just keep it very safe here, level 1. You can see the backline getting it pushed down. Karthus will push quickly, so if there is a level 2 spike for Karthus, he's going to hit it pretty swiftly, as you can see the E skilled up first there for Seiya. Those creep waves are just melting to the Karthus Q.
So quick at pushing through that backline. I mean, so little mana as well, and you end up getting some of it back in a bit. The thing is, I wonder, G4, I mean, he's surely not going to go like the tier route. We saw people trying tier in yesterday's games, if I remember rightly, on the Cassiopeia just to get extra mana. I don't really think it's all that viable.
Seiya, by the way.
Seiya made that level 2 first.
Certainly did, has a ton of magic resist as well. He's pretty much going for the Seraph strat. That grasping Undying Carthus. Did I just see that? Oh no.
Well, I guess it's thematic.
Yes, maybe it was Seiya that actually using it there. Again, a very popular Keystone Mastery in the 1v1s, but right now, everyone's just chilling out. Maybe it's waiting for the level 6 for either of these champions, but right now, G4 on the farm train, but Seiya keeping up nicely with the Varus.
Like the problem now that it will appear for the Carthus is that he has very high mana costs. Sure, the Defile gives him some mana back, but if he tries to queue for Seiya, then he's going to run out of mana.
He will. He will. I mean, the early onset, it is pretty low, and once he gets those relics, we'll be okay. Look, that's just worth.
Yeah.
That's just worth. As soon as Varus is trying to run to you. Also, one of the just things about Varus in general that may favor this matchup against Karthus is Varus ult, the best way of using that generally is kiting back and throwing it out and then engaging. And if a Karthus has to walk at you to get any damage done, that should be a fairly easy ult to hit, considering there's no flash, considering Karthus is pretty much one of the least mobile champions in League of Legends. I mean, it should be okay for Seiya if he can turn around and look to all in.
See the CS just mounting now. G4, if he was on the CS plan, he might have to switch tactics now because Seiya is not taking very much damage from his Qs. He's cleverly standing in the minion wave for the most part. And he's already doubled the CS pretty much here of G4. This wave crashing into turret's not going to make it any easier.
Even though Karthus is known for being like a farm bot, in this particular matchup you have the Doran's Blade on the Varus. He has the longer range poke, so the long sustain game, Varus is going to come up ahead as well.
I mean, also take into account that Karthus' actual base AD sucks, so you have to watch G4 trying to farm under the turret. As soon as the minions are kind of arranged in a line and there's no kind of huddle, that's when you can CS very effectively with the Q because it does increase damage to single targets. But if you can't get those single targets, you've got to kind of try and hedge your bets on whether you're going to be able to get it because it does so little damage if you start hitting 2 or 3 minions in that wave.
Seiya's going to deny that relic there as well. So G4 is actually going to get forced back here by the looks of things. Q might cancel, it does. Oh! Just short there as the double Doran's ring now for G4. Got a Ruby Crystal there as well, so he's going quite tanky in the early stages.
It's all about the cost efficiency. I as well bought the Ruby Crystal yesterday. Sure, I went with the Giants, but on Caitlyn. Might seem weird, but if you have 400 gold and you can't really opt in for, if you want the defensive stats, Ruby Crystal is the most efficient buy.
Certainly is, and he'll return. We'll see what Seiya wants to buy. Actually looks like the Hex Drinker Rush, potentially, with the Null Magic Mantle and the Longsword. Seen double Dorans be very common. There's the second Dorans. Did have enough money. That's a big spike for Seiya.
That is a lot of damage that's going to come out. You can see already the Qs, the arrows just dealing so much damage to G4. G4 wants to try and kind of camp this relic, but the problem is he's going to take damage if he tries to go for it. He's waiting for Seiya just to try and pressure him out. But I think this trade actually is going to go for Seiya because G4 got nothing but the presence from that. And keep in mind that Seiya had just recalled, so it's not like he's looking to pick that up right now. By the time it respawns again, I don't think it's actually going to have that much of an effect. Luckily, it was only one auto that G4 ended up taking, so it's all good.
It's difficult as well because he kind of wants him to be isolated just like that.
Yep.
So he can do damage, but that means he has to hold the creep wave, which is awkward because he would like to win on CS as well, but he's already behind. So kind of an interesting situation developing in this 1v1. Seiya looking very comfortable on the Varus. We'll see what G4 can get done because an all-in could be pretty spectacular, but both level 6 now. Like you mentioned, Stress, I think it's going to start to favor the Varus.
He can just keep his distance. As long as Seiya plays the patient game, I don't see G4 being able to do much. G4 needs to start to be kind of active. He needs to get in there, try to land those Qs, go for the aggressive plays, because in the long run, he's going to lose.
The problem for G4 is he's able to take away the backline and now force the minions in against Seiya's turret. The thing is, Varus is pretty good at farming under the turret. Yes, there is a difference between this and Summoner's Rift for how much damage the turret actually deals. But the fact that G4's already behind on CS does make this difficult. He's now kind of, as you can see, just taking away the range minions, shoving it in. Now wants to go aggressive.
Good wall, actually going for the relic, might be too much. Seiya actually kiting well, does get the relic, and Exhaust is down. Seiya going to come in with the damage, Exhaust lands, G4 trying to kite it out. And he will be okay. Seiya's going to try and land up. I don't know if it's enough damage. Let's go!
close.
The W passive also just wore off. Yeah. So if it had hit him, I think he would have been okay. But Seiya's already ahead. I mean, it's G4 forced back again.
Forced back again, but G4, you can see what he was trying to do against Seiya there. The Ignite plus the Requiem that's going to come from G4 right now. Keep in mind, Requiem is going to be dealing, before resistances, about 285 damage, just beneath that. So that is a fair amount to actually deal, plus the Ignite. So if he can get Seiya to around that 400 health mark, hit the Ignite, then pop the ultimate, should be a kill. But obviously G4 needs to create some space because Seiya will just try and throw as much as he possibly can during the Requiem channel. And
on top of the Requiem, the one thing that G4 has got going on for him is also the Ignite. He has the Ignite as an advantage, but on the other side we have the Hex Drinker ready. It's such a powerful item in these ones.
Oh, could be it. Seiya, they get aggressed on great poke. You see the Thunderlord's Decree helping out as well. This might be G4's window.
Maybe. I actually feel pretty confident now. G4 seems to have stabilized, has the Catalyst, the Protector, so that's going to help him as the more he starts to level up. As long as he can maintain control of his Relic and continue to push Seiya in, he should be okay. I actually think he can come back in this game.
It's going to be minions that will have to try and catch up on, but doing a nice job holding away his wall out again. Seiya has to dodge one, misses the first. Will not dodge out of the second, I believe, but he's very tanky.
Love the choice of Catalyst.
Yes.
Like, it might seem weird, but Catalyst also, we were talking about the sustain game.
Yep.
Makes sense. There you go.
The other thing is that G4 actually has a really good spike at level 11. But I don't think he's going to get there. A lot of these global ultis have a fairly weak rank 1 and a strong rank 2 and 3. So G4 will be much better served using his ulti if he hits 11, but at this rate with the CS going how it is, that's just not going to happen, unfortunately.
The problem for G4 in this situation is if you were playing any other champion that were able to shove Varus up, he'd be able to deal tower damage. Not really going to happen on Agatha's.
Seiya, great jukes here as well. Q's going to land in, grabs does trigger, he's dodging everything pretty much. Does have the ulti, might use it, goes in, ulti out, G4 in trouble, the damage is down, is this going to be a kill? It is, first blood!
And science has proven that the Karthus passive is useless in a 1v1.
It is useless, that's unfortunate.
That also makes it way harder to use the Requiem.
Yeah.
Simply because the sustenance on the Varus side, you don't want to pre-use it. It's hard to use it just standing there while Varus hits you.
And a great play there again by Seiya. Varus showing up twice now, I believe, in the tournament. Once by Ceres and now once by Latin American mid laner Seiya, and looking good both times. Again, I feel like people, I think it's twice now that someone's picked Varus and it's just been a mage.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay, turn on the magic resist runes, let's go.
Put it all in MR and then get a Hex Drinker.